this corner is a story in itself. The Dine family was the four families, the two, Philip Dine and Philip Dine Sr., their wives, and then two of the daughters and their husbands. That whole group came together and bought 300 acres of land all around this area. And Philip, I'd call him the elder Philip, because then there's a junior after they got here. A junior was born the next year. But anyway, he wanted to make sure that this would be a community. And of course, the highway, Maple Road came straight back this way. The highway came along this way on the other side of the church. And Holy Hill Road. So this is Holy Hill and Maple, like this. So he decided to go to Madison, and he left on foot, according to the story, to get to Madison, to encourage them to put that highway right at that intersection across. It was a little bit out of the line of the Indian Trail. And I understand that the real Indian Trail behind here in the cemetery is still open. They never really took it away. They never buried anybody along that little part, but it was behind this building, I'd say another 20 feet or so, where that crossed over. So he asked if they would move it over and cross it right here with the other part. So he has a 6-way intersection. So we're the 6 corners of Dinesville, and that's what he decided. And he ended up putting in a livery half timber building, which is across the street. That was his first business. And he would have people coming through and sleeping up in the 2nd story of this little building. And so he decided to put in a hotel, and that's the hotel over there. It has one of the most unusual, very well-known basements with the arched concrete, which came into a crossroads, almost like church ceilings would look, is in that building. And it had a 1st floor with the family, and it had part of this, and they had a saloon on the 1st floor. And I believe that that's an all-stone building on the 1st floor, because they had really deep windowsills. And one of my best favorite friends that I met out here was a lady called Millie Schold, and she was a little girl when her family bought the farmland around that corner and were building their home there. And she was maybe 2 or 3 years old, and her grandmother, that would be Mrs. Dine, put her on the windowsill so she could watch the carpenters across the street build her house. And she talked about that more than once, but she was born and raised and was here all through her life till she ended in service. Her husband was in service during World War II, and she went to California to be near where he was stationed, and worked in a munition factory. And she gave us her jumpsuit that she'd wear there. That's one of our artifacts. But Millie was a good friend that would call me when she found interesting things to tell me about and correct me on things that were written wrong in the paper or whatever. But she was a great person, and she was so enthralled with this whole story of this area. She was across the street there and walked up this road to the school. And the blacksmith's wife would give each one of an apple, because she had an apple orchard right across, and we put apples over there just because Millie said there was an apple orchard there. And Millie would give me all kinds of good things that she remembered. She was a member of one of the brewery companies that went to Milwaukee, and she was an avid reader of the morning paper, and when she found something interesting one way or the other, she would give me a call. or someone else. She called a number of people, you know, but she loved to read the paper and chat during the day with members of the community.